All right, welcome back. Scotty Far Cry here, and we are right now. We're at New Eden. We're going to go on a little walkabout, but I'm here to talk to you about what I really liked about New Dawn. There was a lot. I'm sorry. I know some people are crapping on the game, but I think it's pretty darn cool. So let's just go. Let's just see which direction we're headed in here. Yeah, we're gonna go on a walk. Head this way. Pretend like we're walking to Joseph Seed's new place. But at any rate, so number one, the first thing I liked about it a lot, the fucking animals. Speaking of which, I'm about to get mauled here. Help! This is a huge bear. Damn, look at the size of that damn thing. Damn it. Sorry, Gina. Get down. Yeah, that was my bad. Here we go. So at any rate, the animals are awesome. They're very aggressive. They're huge. This is a monstrous bear. You find the monstrous animals towards the end of the game, and if you play afterwards. What do we got here? Whoa! God damn it! I thought there was a sniper down there. Oh, there he is. There we go. That's better. So anyway, the animals are very aggressive. They actually run away from you while you're shooting them. The attack dogs are the worst. The attack dogs, not only do they run away as you're shooting them, makes it really hard. They can chase you in water. I thought jumping into the lake would kind of get me away from them, and no, they swim and they attack you while you're in the water. And they can be souped up to be suicide dogs. They can actually wear bombs. That's crazy. So I think that's all really cool.
Let's go!
What else did I like? The music was hilarious, obviously. Yeah, I'm not in the mood. The music, obviously, you know, if you played Far Cry 5, you got used to. Will you sit down? Why am I throwing those? Gotta knock all that down. Hold on. Jeez. I thought this was gonna be a casual walk. This is not a casual walk. At any rate, if you played Far Cry 5, you got used to all that Christian rock, country music. My God. Yeah, this is like pretty intense just going on a walk here. Look at where are all these guys coming from?
Whatever.
Alright. But now every time you go up to an outpost, we're listening to hardcore rap, hardcore hip hop. Definitely gives you the feel of a new world. Definitely a different tone to the game. Actually, a tone the game never had before. So, that was actually pretty cool. They brought back the dangerous waters. I'm really happy about that. My big criticism of Far Cry 5, all the water was safe. There was no place you could walk into and get hurt. I actually didn't like that. You could swim across the whole lake and not worry about it. Although they had a lot of fish, they didn't have any dangerous fish. Thanks for joining me, Gina. But here they brought back the sharks. They brought back the demon fish. And then actually a couple of the missions you do have to watch out for alligators. So that was pretty cool. Pretty happy about that. As you can see just from my little trip right here, it is a very busy landscape. Probably busier than...
So did my blood pressure.
Let me talk to this guy and get some ammo here. Very busy landscape. The enemies, they respawn really fast. There's a lot of animals. There's a lot of animals. There's a lot of enemies. You go back to an outpost and they're already repopulated. So it goes really, really fast. Okay, let's keep on. Is he coming back? What the hell? Like I said, they don't stop. This is the. I'm just going for a walk here. The game I'm playing is over, and they're just still everywhere. You can just, if you just like walking around and just taking on enemies and shooting stuff, you can do that all day long. Oh. Come on. There you go. Yeah, you were going nowhere. I do like the enhanced takedowns. The fact that you could do you could advance. Oh, it's getting really, really dark here. There we go. That's a little better. You can see busy landscape. The little feature they didn't actually tell you about, but you know what? You can actually, if you're in battle, you can actually attract multiple animals at the same time by throwing multiple baits. That is a really cool feature. I was trapped by this guy with a heavy gun. I threw 2 baits and I watched him get taken down by a bear and a wolf. That was freaking hilarious. That is a pretty cool feature. The fact that you can make your own bait on the fly, that's cool. Love that feature because you can create a whole army of animals if you play your cards right. I do like the expeditions to the exotic locales. That is very, very cool. I know that probably to me that somewhat makes up for the fact that the map was reduced in size. I know they did that so they could bring in some new locations without actually having the whole map open. But they had some new things too. The Demolition Derby, that was a really cool feature. I like that. You get to jump in a car and you're literally mashing up other cars. And that's actually the mission. You have to try to survive. That's pretty cool. Oh, they brought back the, what do you call it? They brought back the, from Far Cry 4, they brought back what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot, the arena. They brought back the arena, and actually the arena here was really, really hard. Just like in 4, you start off with pretty much no weapons. You got to collect them as you go along, and you don't really get. The thing is, in this arena, you don't actually get any firearms at all. It's all melee weapons. So, shit. There's another freaking, another monstrous bear. Unbelievable. And I missed him completely. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. You can see these weapons do barely anything to it. You really gotta take them out with like a machine gun of some sort. If you do hit them closer to the face, they do take more damage, which is kind of cool to see that level of detail. Oh yeah, and they are definitely, wherever they're red, they're very sensitive. So for him, if you can get him while he's up on 2 legs. There you go. I got you. Of course I got you. There you go. It's another one. Too many of those. I like how they brought back some of the previous missions to do, like the Trojan Horse mission from Far Cry 4. They brought back the Trojan Horse where they bring you in. You have to sneak into a compound, and then you got to fight your way out. That was pretty cool at the jail. That was a nice touch. I missed that one. I really like that. The boss fights, let me tell you, when I first fought the twins, holy crap, I showed up with the wrong weapons, and it took me over an hour of straight game time just to try and figure them out. If I had shown up with better weapons the first time, I'm sure it wouldn't have taken that long. But the boss fights were pretty good. I didn't care. I mean, I thought the fight with Ethan was meh. It was a little difficult, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that challenging nor interesting. Reinforcements. They are bringing, now you get reinforcements, or not you, the enemies get reinforcements from air. That is a really cool touch. They come parachuting in. They shoot you from the air. That is a really that took me by surprise. If you weren't prepared for it like I wasn't, you're wondering like who's shooting at you, and they're just landing all around you. But that is a cool feature. Let's see. The graphics were pretty tight and crisp. I really enjoyed. They keep getting better and better. I still play the other Far Cries all the way back to Far Cry 2, which was really the first great one. And I'm impressed. Watching the difference between 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5, and now 6. 6 is actually a little better than 5, but it is really, really great. The graphics were great. The story was like, left a little bit to be desired, but it was fine. I didn't have any problems with it. I really like the ability to craft pretty much anything you needed on the fly. If you didn't realize it halfway through the game, you could just if you were collecting every you saw all those gears and duct tape and everything, and you're wondering, can this really be important? And halfway through the game, you have all the supplies to make weapons and craft, bait and all this stuff. So it was definitely helpful. It's definitely cool to be able to replenish yourself on the fly like that when you're in a big battle with a lot of enemies surrounding you. And in this game, they swarm you. Oh, and that was my last thing. It's really cool about this game. You get to be Neo. You get to do this to Gina. Who doesn't want to be Neo? The fact that you can do that extra jump and you can make it to places that you could never get to before, that is really awesome. That's just one of those little things that make it different. I hope they keep that in the future games. But anyway, tell me what you thought. I'm really curious to see if I get any comments. I know we don't have a lot of followers just yet, but I'll be really curious to see if any comments, people that have actually played it now, maybe once, twice, 3 times, see what they really thought, and see if they actually are enjoying it. I have absolutely no idea when they might make another one. It's probably not going to be 1 year. Probably going to be 2 or 3 years. So if you really hated this game, then I feel bad for you, because this is it. You have to go back and play another one that you liked. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More videos coming. And hope everyone has a good night. This is Scotty Far Cry signing out.